our new listeners every single week, midweek, before practice, the only podcast that does it before practice, because it's really easy once you follow practice to start putting in predictions. Pre-practice, no cars seen on track. We predict pole winner and then P1 through P3 for the race. So who will stand on the podium and who will sit on pole. Sam, I'm going to start with you.
So I'm going to start with the race. I've been pretty conservative with my picks. I've picked my race winners. I'm 4-1 on race winners this year. I've been fairly conservative, obviously correct, but fairly conservative with my picks. I'm changing things up. I think we see some crazy stuff this weekend.
Hell yeah.
I think we see Carlos Sainz with his first win of the year in his Ferrari. I think we see Charles Leclerc come in second with a 1-2 finish for Ferrari. And then rounding out the podium, I think we get the Prince, Sir Lewis Hamilton, third for Mercedes. We see him get back on the podium. We see Mercedes make a big jump. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some reliability issues for Red Bull as they chase this weekend instead of be out in front. And so I see a Ferrari 1-2 with Mercedes rounding out the podium. And on pole, I think we see Carlos Sainz with his upgrades take pole position.
Qualifying, I'm going to go Chuck on pole, Sainz P2, Max P3. And then for the race, I'm thinking it's a Ferrari 1-2 like Sam, but in reverse. So Chuck P1, Sainz P2, and I'm thinking Checo pips Max to the podium for P3.
Wait a minute, hold on. You guys both don't have Max Verstappen on a podium this weekend? No, so of the two Red Bulls that are going to be on a podium, you're having Checo ahead of Max. Guys, I mean, this is ridiculous predictions out of you guys this weekend. I mean, we're talking two people here who, with one Red Bull, has Checo ahead of Max, who has, in the 3 races he's finished, won every single race. It's just, I can't even believe what I'm hearing. I get it. I mean, Red Bull's been battling reliability. You hold your breath every time the radio comes on during a race weekend because you're like, you don't know if Max is going to say that the wheel is heavy or if like he's losing power or, you know, somebody comes on and says, hey, stop the car, Max, we have to retire. Like, I'm totally get that. But like to think that Checo is like going to be standing in P3 ahead of Max is like almost like unthinkable.
It's almost like blasphemy, but you know, call me a heretic. I think he's on the podium ahead of Max.
See where the chips fall on Sunday.
Yeah, we'll see where the chips fall on Sunday. All right. I'll give my predictions.
Let's hear your predictions.
Yeah, I'll give you my
predictions. Buxton over here. Give us your predictions.
Yep. No, I'll give you mine. So I think that for pole, I think you get Charles Leclerc on pole. I think that this is a Ferrari circuit. I don't think that there is any chance that Carlos Sainz out-qualifies his own teammate. He couldn't do it in Miami. He's not going to do it now. I think that, you know, even if Max didn't make that mistake in Miami, he was going to out-qualify Carlos. So, like, Carlos barely out-qualified Max's, like, first flying lap in Q3, and he was, like, 0.2 off the pace of his own teammate, and then he was well beyond, like, 20 seconds behind them by the end of the race. So, like, I don't think that that's going to happen. I think you got Leclerc sitting on pole. You know, it's probably going to be a Ferrari weekend. I mean, I don't know how you could say it's not going to be Leclerc sitting on first. I actually think Carlos Sainz, the pressure gets to him in his home race and he doesn't finish, to be honest with you. Honestly, there's a wild stat out there that in like home races between Italy and like Carlos Sainz in Spain, like Ferrari's like had like 1 in like 7. They're not very good in like race weekends where they're expected to win and be like on their home soil. And like, I don't think Carlos Sainz has the head for it. So
you think
I'm going to go
like DNF?
Sainz has a DNF this week. That's how I'm going to make that claim.
I'm not having that. I'm not having that at all.
I think you got Leclerc. Honestly, I think you got, it's clear Max is number 2, like Max P2 for sure. And then I'm going to go back to the well again. I'm saying George Russell sitting P3. I think George Russell sits on the podium this weekend.